One of my previous videos I was showing how in the back of the van there was rot on this rear wall here, and I've replaced the panelling, and I've got some photos and so on about how I did that. But of course I've got the same problem with the front, and so I've just in the process of now ripping out the rotted cladding, and these were the gives an indication of how much water was coming in, and I still think I've got a bit of a water leak somewhere because it does seem that it's still damp. I can't believe that water can stay damp for that long. So at any rate, it's all got to come off. Now in terms of fitting, I think this is actually going to be easier. So by removing the entire panel, I'm going to start from the floor. This bench here will provide the stress towards the front of the van, and basically there's no insulation, it just rests right up against the skin, and as it comes up it will then sit flush against here. Hence you can see how it comes down, follows the edge all the way down. So I think in terms of support there's enough there, I don't have to fabricate anything. So the only issue is whether I will need to end up removing this top panel in order to get the sheeting in, which I'm assuming that I'm going to have to do, and hopefully that's about it. But I've noticed little holes here, see that? And I'm wondering whether or not there's any more in here. Everything else seems okay. There might be one or two that I'll be able to find and cover up. But so what I'll do is I'll remove, as I said, remove all the panelling, clean everything up, and then wait till I get a few heavy showers, which seems to be the norm at the moment. So much for summer. And see if I can spot a leak. And chances are it may be coming from the roof because front window has been resealed. So it doesn't, there's nothing here that seems to indicate water ingress. So yeah, it's a bit of a bloody mess. But anyway, it's good to get rid of it all. It stunk. And my wife is super sensitive to the smell of mold. Apparently I can't smell it, but I'll tell you what, I can smell this, so it's probably pretty much going to be an issue for her. And anyway, get it done, so over and done with. I'll show you what I'm doing to remove this stuff. Now the issue here is that as I've mentioned earlier in another video, these vans were built from the inside out, so this paneling here is actually bolted inside. So the only way to dislodge it from its mounting points is to actually press it down, and you can hear there that it's actually, there we go, it's actually coming out. Once I've loosened it here all the way through, it's also mounted, I believe, in here. So I'm going to have to do the same here, and of course the challenge is going to be, as you can see here, not much room, and I don't want to damage the cladding by applying too much force, so I'm just going to have to be very, very gentle like this. And so this is actually probably the only way to do it without actually removing the external cladding. And I really don't want to do that, especially given the conditions at the moment outside. Pretty windy and crappy. Hello, Disco. Right, I'll continue on. So I'm making slow progress, but what is the problem here, or the challenge? As you can see, let's see if I can get focus on that. You can see these staples all the way here, and so as I try to loosen this up, I've got to be careful, bearing in mind I don't have much room to move between this and the cladding. And yeah, it's a very, very slow process, just slowly trying to pry it out of the staples and then ripping him from underneath. So I think I've had enough for now. It's quite a lot of tedious work. I've removed this rear bar here in order to put a new piece. That way these pieces of metal, staples, aren't rubbing up against the cladding. So I'll just put a new piece there. And of course, got a bit of floor rot there, which I'm also going to have to deal with. So yeah, we make progress, but I've really got to find the source of the leak, obviously, if that's the case. Clean all this up and she'll be right. As soon as I do some more work, I'll post up the additional clean up and work that I'm doing on this. And as always, thanks for watching.